Excellencies, distinguished dignitaries, ladies and gentlemen, a very good morning to you all. Let me start by extending my sincere appreciation towards PhD Chamber of Commerce and Industry and Summit Chair, Dr. J.P. Gupta, for the fruitful cooperation and partnership for this event. It is really an honor and privilege to be here as country partner to the International Climate Summit 2021. And we would like to reciprocate that trust by sharing some of our experiences from Norway within a field that is of great importance to both our countries. The impressive lineup of distinguished speakers at this summit clearly reflects the growing importance of hydrogen globally. Achieving net zero emissions is not a small task, while creating economic value and green jobs. However, there are answers to this challenge, and Norway is developing new green industries such as batteries, offshore wind, and hydrogen. We're not only leveraging 50 years of oil and gas experience, but also, as Ambassador Friedland will point out later, going back almost 100 years to our first industrial adventure and taking advantage of a power system almost entirely based on flexible hydropower. And hydrogen has a significant potential for reducing local and global emissions while creating new sustainable industries and jobs for the future. Let me share what we have done in Norway so far. In Norway, more than 50 different hydrogen projects in more than 50 different locations are being developed. This is a huge effort involving more than 100 different companies, research institutions across the entire hydrogen value chain. From the Arctic to the south of Norway, we are developing new technologies and solutions and preparing for new green jobs and value creation across the whole country. The Norwegian projects include the production of green hydrogen through electrolysis of water, blue hydrogen through natural gas combined with carbon capture and storage, CCS, and even red hydrogen from biogas combined with CCS, achieving net removal of CO2 from the atmosphere. But production of green hydrogen is just one piece of the puzzle. We're also developing technologies, solutions, safety standards for storage, transportation, distribution, and applications of hydrogen, like shipping, heavy-duty vehicles, and heavy industries. We find that these investments have great value, as they also contribute to new green supply industries, accelerating developments of other green industries like solar and wind, and new innovations and new exciting partnerships. One such example is a recent joint venture between Norwegian companies Statkraft, Aker, and Yara, who are joining technologies and sharing solutions to electrify and decarbonize ammonia production, enabling large-scale production of green ammonia and carbon-free fertilizer, and substantial CO2 reduction of CO2 emissions. Green zero-emission fuel for the maritime sector, an industry that currently accounts for 2% of global greenhouse gas emissions. Another example is the Deep Purple pilot, where the Norwegian subs industry, together with the likes of DNV, Vattenfall, and Repsol, and the GCE Ocean Technology Cluster, is piloting the use of offshore wind energy to produce hydrogen from seawater, storing the hydrogen subsea for later use to provide renewable energy on demand. With financial support from Innovation Norway, Corvus Energy is collaborating with Equinor, ship owners, ship design companies, R&D institutions to deliver fuel cell systems for the international maritime industry. Norway is already the leader in battery electric propulsion in short sea traffic, with 70 ferries operating in 2022 and all ferries to be zero emission by 2025. Battery electric propulsion and fuel cell propulsion have many similarities, and there are now several pilot projects ongoing within hydrogen, like the so-called HyShip project, and ammonia, like the Ship FC project, where Equinor, Prototech, Yara are collaborating in installing the world's first high-power ammonia fuel cell on a vessel, on an offshore vessel, allowing it to sail solely on clean fuel for 3,000 hours annually. The Norwegian hydrogen adventure would not have been possible without close and transparent cooperation between government, municipalities, businesses, R&D institutions, and academia. Important platforms and catalysts for this successful cooperation are the clusters and the centers of excellence. I will get back to that later in this event. The Norwegian business community in India is now counting more than 120 companies and growing. Next week, I will have the pleasure of receiving more Norwegian companies within hydrogen in Mumbai, together with our Consul General. And Norwegian investments in the Indian renewable sector are likely to increase. Why India? First, because India and Norway, we share ambitions for this transition to a green economy, to reduce carbon footprint and meet a growing energy demand globally. Second, because India is among the best suited countries to produce green hydrogen from renewable energy like solar and wind. Third, because India is showing one of the fastest rates of growth in renewable energy capacity addition. And finally, because Norwegian hydrogen companies have the technologies, the capabilities, and not least the mindset to provide India-centric solutions. That also will generate new innovation and scale-up of technologies. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, a successful transition to a clean energy future will require technology, new business models, large-scale investments, a regulatory framework, new roadmaps, and international cooperation. But most importantly, it will demand leadership. So let me end by commending the leadership and guidance provided by Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi in launching the National Hydrogen Mission. Dear friends, together we can walk the green talk, develop a world-leading energy partnership, and build a collaborative hydrogen ecosystem that will immensely benefit our countries, the industry, and the world. I wish you all a successful summit. Thank you so much for your attention.
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.